Hi there, this is just a quick review, having just bought a Rab Latok Summit Bivvy tent. I think they refer to it as a shelter. It's made mostly from eVent fabric, so in theory it's more breathable than the average single skin tent, which this is. I tested it last night, just placed in the garden here, so it was just really to give you a first impression of the tent. There's not an awful lot of reviews around on these things, and I struggled to find some information on it before I decided to purchase one, so I thought this might just help some people who are maybe potentially looking at it. As you can see, it's meant to be a two-man. You can see by the Neo Air mat in the middle there that there isn't an awful lot of room for two. You will squeeze in there, but it will be tight. The main issue with it, I guess, is that the walls around the tent slope in quite steeply. I'll take you a wee walk around here just to show you. Great for shedding high winds. It's obviously a fantastic summit or extreme weather tent come shelter. But those sloping walls, which are great for shedding wind, are also quite difficult in terms of giving you room to sleep in. I'm 5'8", and I have to say it was a wee bit of a struggle. I had to put the mat diagonally in order to get enough head and leg room to sleep comfortably on top of the Neo Air. So it's worth keeping in mind that if you're taller than about 5'10" maybe, this is going to be a real struggle of a tent for you to get comfortable in. The other thing that's worth noting is the low height. The head height is only about 800mm, so that again is just enough for me to sit up right in the centre while still bending my head. So again, suits the shorter walker or outdoor enthusiast. You can see it's it's two poles that cross over, and they're braced inside by Velcro. So you insert the poles in the inside of the tent, which is a wee bit of a technique to get used to, but I'm sure I will once we actually use this in anger outside. On the back there is a vent hole, and I'll take you and give you a wee better look at it. It's actually got a stiffening wire in the top here, so you can bend that to shape in order to vent. Last night when I slept in it, it was about 2-3 degrees and very still, and really I wanted to find out was just how bad the condensation was in it, because that was my main worry. I'm actually, have to say, I'm amazed by how much it breathed. I did have that vent open, and I also had the front door open as well, just at the very top, so there was a wee throughput of air in there. But amazingly, the actual eVent fabric on the whole of the fly sheet was totally dry. There was definitely condensation, because if you touch the base here, which is this heavier duty ground fabric, it was damp. And the poles themselves, which I'll just take you inside if I can and show you. Excuse my camera work while we get in here. These poles, particularly on this side where my head was, I was sleeping here, these were damp. There was actually water beading on the poles. So the fabric is obviously doing a very good job. You can see the donut tie-in points here, which are for if you're on a steep mountain face or whatever, you can tie in and belay yourself for extra security. The poles are, I think, 9.86mm, so they're pretty burly. The tent feels very, very stable. Surprised in some ways that on the side here there isn't side guys, but I suspect because it is so stable they probably found, unlike earlier models, that they no longer need side guys. There's also tie-in points at the bottom here, which hopefully you can see. The light's not too good. It's in a red colour, so it feels quite nice inside. The poles themselves are braced with these Velcro fasteners, you can see here, which are a wee bit fiddly, but you do get used to it. The only downside I would say is when you zip the door up, which I'll try and do now, there is a tendency for them to catch on the Velcro tab here and here. It's just a minor detail, but it's kind of slightly awkward. You get a nice view of the house there. If I sit back a bit, you can see you can vent the top of the door, but there is no mosquito mesh, so that may be an issue for the summer as well. The other side of it is on the vent at the back here, there's no mosquito mesh on there either. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on with the good old Scottish midget. And there's a draw cord here, so you can seal this vent come snow collection hole off completely. Not a lot else to say, I don't think. It's incredibly simple, but incredibly, I would say, very well made. The only thing I would say is to complain, excuse me while I get back out here, to Rab, is that they don't even supply a repair kit or a pole sleeve. The pegs it comes with, which I haven't used as yet here, don't even have cords attached. They're just DAC V pegs. Very straightforward. I've actually ended up using wee MSR pegs there just now, just in case I decide to return it. At night it's very reflective. You get good reflective ties all round on the guy lines. The guy lines themselves have got reflective cord woven into it, and the logos are actually reflective, so it's a pretty loud tent, not particularly subtle. Other than that, it was actually very good to sleep in last night. Condensation was minimal, but what I'll do is I'll run another video when we actually get a wild camping trip done, hopefully in the higher mountains, and I can give you a more detailed video of how it performs. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.